Hey guys, Coach Jesse Minchie with another more of a vlog type video. So I want to talk to you a little bit about my Achilles tear that I had a little over 2 years ago now. Definitely was a life-changing thing for me. I've had a lot of injuries in basketball and nothing really compared to that. So I want to give you both some insight as far as, you know, what happened with me, but also some things that you can take out of it that are going to help you as far as improving your game and making sure that, you know, you're not having these types of injuries happen. And also not just that, but also, you know, making sure you're improving on the performance end of things, some things that you might not know. So basically what happened was I was playing in a charity game for an NFL player down in Columbus, Ohio, and we went to overtime, and I went up for a layup. I went around a guy, did it behind the back from the baseline, went up for the layup, landed completely normal, nothing. I actually watched the replay on a video, and boom, down I went. Felt like someone kicked me in the back of my kind of calf, Achilles area. Down I went. I thought I landed on someone's foot or something, or maybe someone kicked me, but like I said, I watched the video, nothing happened. I landed completely normal. It was just time for it to go for certain reasons, which I'll get into in just a bit here. But just kind of sat there, nursed it for about a while, you know, about an hour before we left the gym. There was some autograph signing and whatnot at the end of the game. And we left, and I basically really couldn't even walk. Like, I was just hoping and praying it was a sprain, because I've had plenty of sprained ankles. I've broke my wrists 3 times. I don't remember which one. I think this one was twice and this one once. And this, like I said, takes the cake as far as all that goes. And I was hoping it was just a sprain, but I could tell by the way, like, I could barely even bend my foot. Something wasn't right. So I went to the doctor. Well, 2 days later, I went to the doctor because I was being stubborn and saying, oh, well, the doctor's not going to tell me anything I don't know already. They're just going to tell me to rest it, blah, blah, blah. The guy I was working with at the time, when I had a regular full-time job, when I wasn't doing basketball full-time, told me, you know, yeah, you might want to get it looked at. So I go to the doctor, and the doctor tells me, yeah, we're hoping it's, I forgot what muscle it was, but they said hopefully it's that. It's common, and a lot of people think it's their Achilles. Hopefully it's that. Well, it wasn't that. It turns out I tore partially, not completely. It wasn't a complete tear of right where my Achilles meets the calf. So it was a little bit of the calf and the Achilles tendon. So because it was that spot, I avoided surgery, because that's like the scariest word in the world to me, is the S word. I call it surgery. And because of where it is, the tendon and the calf, they can't sew that back together. So what they ended up doing was they put me in, like, if you've ever seen those black boots that don't bend at all, they put me in one of those with crutches, and then they also put a little wedge in the boot. And basically what that boot did was keep my toe pointed like this more. So basically my foot wasn't like this, you know, kept my toes kind of pointed down. Basically that shortened, you know, the Achilles tendon, so it would, you know, heal together with the tendon and the calf. If it would have been here, you know, that would have stretched it out more. So by doing that, it kind of straightened it out a little bit and brought that tendon closer to the calf so it could heal together on its own. So I think it was like a month on crutches with that wedge, or like another month with just the wedge. And then they took the wedge out, so my foot was back to neutral position. And I think I spent like another month like that, and it was like 3 months of kind of rehabbing it with some, you know, physical therapy and whatnot. They would have me do exercises, massaging it, all kinds of different stuff, some LED, basically to get circulation in there, LED lights. I don't know if you've ever seen those. If you've ever done recovery, you'll know what I'm talking about. But they did all that, and they said I could go play basketball. Now, I've never had an injury that lasted me 6 months to recover from, and nothing that serious, because, you know, this was right after Kobe tore his Achilles, and everyone was saying, is he done? Is Kobe done? And as we're finding out, it looks like he's still playing, but he's not the player he used to be. That's all going on. That's in my mind, and it took me probably after they cleared me to go back to being able to play basketball about another month just to be mentally ready. And even from there, like, I would play pickup. I used to play like 4, 5, 6 days a week. After this injury, I couldn't even play more than once a week, just because I didn't want to chance it. I was, you know, and I just wanted to take my time getting back into the swing of things, getting the Achilles and calf feeling right, because it just didn't really completely feel right. Well, fast forward about 6 months later, and it kind of felt back to normal. Nowadays, I still kind of take it easier than I used to, because, you know, basketball being a full-time job, trying to help you guys improve, I don't play like as much as I used to, so a lot of times I'll get comments from guys saying, Jesse, post a game mix. Well, I still do play in games, but I don't play nearly as intense as I used to, and I'm not as into, doing the flashy stuff and trying to make highlight mixes and all that as I used to be. My focus is more on helping you guys improve. If you go through some of my old YouTube videos, you can see a lot more video mixes of me there, some more kind of street ball type stuff, a little bit of 5-on-5 footage and whatnot. So if you really want to see that kind of stuff, go to my old videos. But nowadays, like I said, I'm more focused on helping you guys improve. Now, as far as the things I wanted to tell you guys, as far as, helping you avoid this type of injury and improve your performance, it's this. Do not neglect your feet, your calves, and your Achilles with the stretching, mobility work, and whatnot. One thing I'm going to tell you right now is if you're feeling a lot of pain in your feet, the day after you got done playing basketball, you might want to take a day to rest or, find some stretches for your feet to help make sure that they're not, getting the proper recovery that they need. Because I'm pretty sure that, my stress fracture in my foot that I had and the flat feet issue went up the chain into the calf and Achilles, because if you actually know anything about anatomy, that's how it works, So if this is the bottom of the foot, that flat foot is gonna put tension on everything up the chain, which goes all the way up to the Achilles and all the way up the calf. So you got to keep that in mind. So not only working on making sure you're stretching to make sure your feet are staying mobile and doing some, rolling with that. You could take a glass bottle and roll your foot over that, or a tennis ball, to help make sure you're massaging the bottom of your foot and help that recover. But then on top of that, also making sure you're stretching your calves and your Achilles regularly. You can do that simply by standing on a stair on just one foot and letting that foot drop down, and then just holding that for 20 seconds to a minute. And then also do that with each leg with the same thing with your knee bent. So if you do it with your legs straight, that's going to hit more of the calf area. By bending your knee, that's going to hit a little bit more of the Achilles area. And you want to make sure you're staying on that, especially if it's really tight. You're going to want to make sure you do it for at least a minute, maybe 2 minutes. Make sure you do that after you're done playing. And if you're feeling, once again, really, really tight in your calves and your feet and your Achilles area, you might want to even avoid playing that day, or at least, do a little bit of stretching beforehand and really hit it hard after you get done playing or practicing. On top of that, not only is that going to help you with preventing injury, but by having a more flexible calf and Achilles is actually going to give you a better vertical and a faster first step, something a lot of players don't know. I actually learned this from a friend of mine who's a functional movement specialist. He was in the Olympic trials, holds some world records in a lot of strength and conditioning things with kettlebells. And he will have some videos on my channel real soon. His name's Derek Toshner. He's going to have some videos on my channel about vertical jumps, so stay tuned for that. So anyways, basically what he says is, and if you think about it, it makes a ton of sense. The best pitchers in baseball, they can really chuck the ball fast because they can bend this wrist back really far, right? And that allows them to really get some extra snap when they throw. Same thing with your calf. The further you can bend that calf muscle up, the more you can spring down to jump. So imagining this is your foot, the more you can bend up, the more you can load it and then spring down and then straighten that foot up. That's going to really allow you to spring up higher. So, and again, with propelling you forward, same thing. It's going to allow you to get more snap going forward and more up. Something that's going to help you guys, making sure you're staying on these calf and Achilles stretches. Hopefully, you don't have something like me. Again, this changed my entire life. So if you think, oh, I can avoid this, it's not going to happen to me, don't worry about it. I used to say the exact same thing. I'm not going to have a tore Achilles. I don't want to have something serious like that. I never used to stretch when I was younger, all that stuff, right? The neglect came through in the long run, and here I am. I wouldn't say afraid to play anymore, because I'm still definitely playing pickup basketball, but I don't go play as much as I used to. I don't play as hard as I used to, because I'm a little bit older now. I'm 34 years old, going on 35 soon, believe it or not. A lot of you guys might think I'm younger than that, but I'm not. So, for me, it's a matter of, making sure I'm a little bit smarter so I can be here for you guys to help you improve and still make the videos for you guys and whatnot. So something to keep in mind, especially if you're at a young age and you're really trying to do something with basketball. Neglecting these sorts of things could just completely end everything that you're working for, completely end your chances of playing basketball. So you want to make sure that you're taking care of something like this. So hopefully you guys found this video helpful. If you want something that's actually going to help you, loosen up and making sure your body's ready before your workouts, and it's also a little bit of a workout as well, make sure you click this link in the top right hand corner of the screen. That's a full free ball handling workout, and it also includes some mobility drills and stretches of sorts that you can do before a game to making sure your body's primed and ready to go and help you prevent injury. Click that link though. It's already helped thousands of players improve their game, their mobility in as little as 10 minutes. Definitely going to help you too. Also, if you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button to catch these newest vlog videos, to catch some more ideas as far as how to improve your game. I have 4 videos every week, every Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and Sunday. Sometimes I even do more than 4 videos a week. And subscribing is the best way to make sure you catch all those. If you found this video interesting or helpful, make sure you share it with a friend that, maybe they're having some issues with their calves or Achilles, or they're neglecting their stretching. You could show them it's not just about necessarily, preventing injury and keeping you on the court or keeping your dreams alive that way, but it's also about improving your performance. Give me a thumbs up if this video helped you as well, and leave a comment down below if there's anything else you want to see or learn. Drills, tips, tutorials, anything else you want in these types of videos, leave it in the comments. That's where I get all my ideas. The ones that are getting, the most ideas for, the ones that are getting the most suggestions in the comments of these videos, that's when I'm going to bring videos for you guys. As always, thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more, and let's stay on our grind.